Hello there, it is I, Tabitha, and I have recently gone on a trip to Canada. You'll see that vlog coming soon. I think I might post this one first because this one is going to be way easier to edit. So I went to Canada, had a really fun time, and I bought some books there. That'll be over in that vlog. That's not what this one is. But also while I was there, I thankfully put a notice to the USPS so they held my packages. But I came back to a lot of books. So I figured, let's go through those. Let's go through what all I could have possibly bought or had shipped to me. Mind you, some of this is from the UK, okay? So it takes a while to get here. Okay, so I didn't actually buy all of this in the last week, but I did buy a good bit of it, okay? You know how when you're about to go on a diet a lot of times and you end up eating too much beforehand and then you're then you go on your diet? This is what this is, but book version, where 2025, my goal is to read through so much of my TBR. That's my number one goal. I want to get through half, which I don't know how I'm going to do that if I keep buying books. So next year, I'm trying to really, really tighten that up. And this was kind of the final supper version of that, where a lot of this is subscriptions. Okay, I'm giving a lot of qualifiers before I get into this. We might as well just get into it, and I'll explain as we go. So this actually just came in literally 30 minutes ago. I am currently working on trying to get through all 100 of the New York Times top 100 of the 21st century. I'll be having a series of vlogs coming out in that, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. But I wanted to grab this one, which just came out. It is an annotated version of Bel Canto. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. This is the deluxe annotated version, and so I wanted to buy this as soon as it came out. I'm already working on one vlog for the top 100, so this will probably be in part 2. So that'll be a while, but I will get to this one. I just really wanted to have it already, okay? So here it is, and it's gorgeous, okay? That's just where we're at. Next one, this was obviously gonna happen. This was a pre-order. This is one of my favorite books of all time, one of my favorite series of all time, one of my favorite authors of all time. Freaking gorgeous book. Had to get it. I'm sure you guys have seen it. But yeah, it's stunning. It's got end papers. I didn't realize that it had illustrations throughout too, but it's got gorgeous illustrations. Let me show you just one example. Ah, so beautiful. It's got gorgeous illustrations throughout, quite a few of them too. I'm just gonna show you the one. I hope they finish the series in this, because this is one of my, this is just, it's just stunning. I have no words, apparently. This is just, I love it. Okay, that's where we're going. That book is great. This was another pre-order. I mostly pre-ordered this because, and there's the naked hardcover. Very pretty hardcover edition. Brand new book, literally just came out. And I read Kafka on the Shore. I gave it a 5 stars, mostly for respect. And I think I still stand with that. There are parts that I don't love. And this is going to be my second try with this author. If the issues that I saw are also in this, then maybe the author is just not going to be for me. We'll still respect his work, but we'll see how it is in this one. I want to say this was set in a library or something. I'm not going to read the description or anything because I want to kind of go into this blind. And I also want to read this relatively soon before other people's opinions start to seep in and I hear them, because this is obviously going to be so popular since it's Murakami. Obviously that's going to be super talked about. So I want to read this before all of that starts crowding my brain. But yes, so excited to check that one out. I hope Sarah pre-ordered it too. This is one of her favorite authors, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to discuss that. Then I actually went to Barnes & Noble and got these, not gonna lie. I went in there, and these are 2 of the limited edition versions of some horror books. I have this version of The Exorcist already, and then I wanted these for Bird Box, which I have read, loved. I haven't read this one before. TBH, I haven't even heard of it, but I really like these editions, and they're gonna be so cute sitting on the shelf next to each other, and they're just little guys. but they don't have that like mass market paperback feel. They definitely are that size, but they don't have that feel. They have a good quality feel, and they're nice and like they're floppy enough. So, yay, books. We love books. This one, okay. I love this cover. Okay, I love this cover. I love this art. It's gorgeous. Map, yay, beautiful. I kid you not. I went into the store, picked up this book because I meant to pre-order. This one I meant to pre-order and didn't. And then I've seen it a couple times in the store and I was like, I don't know why I didn't get it. I don't know why I didn't get it before. This one I should have picked up day one and just for some reason didn't. And then I was like, fine, I need to just finally pick this up because I'm gonna try not to buy as many books next year, whatever. I picked this up. I went into the car. I went to another stop that I had. So it was like 1 hour between me picking this up and then Broken Binding announcing their new edition, which is one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen in my life. So I need to read this like ASAP to see if I love this because I may end up getting that one too. Do I regret buying this? No, because still so beautiful. But literally like an hour later, Broken Binding announced their edition. So that was crazy. This is the beautiful edition of Wizard of Oz. This has I want to say this has 3 books in it. Yeah, this has 3 books in it. I've never read The Wizard of Oz. I liked the movie enough as a kid and I like the soundtrack to Wicked. I've never watched Wicked, but I like the soundtrack to it. So yeah, this was very pretty and that's it. It's pretty and it's a classic, so it's one that would be good to have read. This one, I'm so excited. It's the start of the 2nd duology in Crowns of Nyaxia, and it's following Mish or Misha. I don't remember how to say her name. Ooh, this font is tiny. I loved the first book. I loved the novella. I was okay with the 3rd book. So I'm really hoping that we're back on an upswing with this one. We'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Next up, we have my Book of the Month books. I recently re-upped that subscription. I canceled in like 2022 and then just re-upped like 2 months ago, and it's a lot different. It looks like they have a lot more variety in their selections now. They used to like only have lit fiction and thrillers, which I love thrillers. I prefer them in audiobook form, and lit fiction I went out of for quite a while. I'm kind of getting back into it now, but it seems like they've got more fantasy books now and more of a variety, more horror books, more options. So I'm really excited about their new path and seeing how that goes. This was the one I chose for my month, and that's the Teller of Small Fortunes. This is supposed to be like a cozy fantasy. And it's so pretty. It's so cute. It has a cat. Hello, cat. Don't know anything about it. I have been hearing such good things since this came out. A lot of people are enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out pretty soon. Probably will, like, this seems like it's going to be such a good winter book, such a good cozy winter book. So I think that sounds great. I also chose Dirty Diana, which I think is a contemporary fiction. And it seemed like it was focused on like women and women's perspectives in like marriage. So that sounded fun. And I don't remember that much about it, but it sounded intriguing. I think it also takes place in, yeah, it mentions returning to Dallas, which I'm in the DFW area. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Then the last one I chose as like another add-on, The Road of Bones. It's a Viking-inspired what am I trying to say? This is a Viking-inspired fantasy romance. Fantasy romance has been very hit or miss for me for quite a while now, so I am reluctantly excited. Not reluctantly. I am excited, but with tempered expectations, I should say, because fantasy romance has not been super hitting for me lately. So we'll see how it goes. I think going into things with lower expectations helps, because then if it blows your mind, then it'll be even better. I also just started, this is my first month, I started the Aardvark book subscription. So as you can see, some of these were subscriptions, right? So they don't count as purchases, right? But I got a deal for $4 on one book, and then the add-ons were only $10. So it was actually the price of like getting a book at Barnes & Noble or something like that. So that was a really good deal. And I looked at their selections and I loved them. Also, their covers are so smooth. I didn't know this going in, obviously. I don't know what their covers are like, but they're really, they're almost like that buttery texture, which doesn't normally work for me because it usually is like a fingerprint magnet. It's usually like a fingerprint magnet, but these are like, this is weird, I'm sorry, but these are like a nice, like they feel nice, okay? They feel nice and they're not keeping fingerprints, so it's pretty cool. I got Memorials. This was technically my main pick. It was a horror book and I didn't really need much else. I saw the Stephen King blurb and you know what? Sold. So creepy, eerie, propulsive. Nobody does suburban horror better. Cool. Oh yeah, and I saw that it was like, had something to do with the road, and there's like a teddy bear with a knife in it and some candles. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Oh, he co-wrote books with Stephen King. That's cool. Anyways, that's my first book from Aardvark. Definitely will be continuing this subscription because these are these feel very nice, actually. And you can see they do have their little stamp just like Book of the Month does, but I think it's like a little less intrusive. It's even less so on the next book that I'll show you. But this one I've been hearing good things about. This is like a King Arthur retelling. It's the author of the Magician's trilogy, which I haven't checked those books out, but maybe I should read this first before I do that. I love a good retelling, and this has had good reviews so far. So, intrigued. Then the last one I got, which if you watched our wrap up, you know that this one is one that I said I wanted to own. I've already read this, love it. I love Chuck Tingle's horror. And then you can see also, like, here's the Aardvark. It's so tiny and it's so hidden and it's just like a little guy there. So I really like that. I also like that they don't have the Book of the Month, like the thing that Book of the Month does where they have little things up there. I'm very intrigued by Aardvark and will definitely be continuing to get their books because these are great quality. Yay! Also, this is a 5-star, and if you're into horror books, I definitely recommend this book. Next was not a subscription, but it's from a subscription service I do, which is Broken Binding. This is the third book in this series. This one just came out, so I had pre-ordered it and got this. I haven't read the first one still. I need to do that, but I didn't want to let the opportunity pass to get the third one. So you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, okay? That's just, it is what it is. These covers are gorgeous, stunning, love them, love that purple, beautiful. Next, the Black Hunger. This is one I teetered on, okay? I teetered on it so much. This was Broken Binding's Halloween book. And originally I didn't buy it because I was like, okay, Tabitha, be reasonable. You don't have to buy every book that Broken Binding puts out just because they're stunning and gorgeous. But then I was like, you know what? Live your life. Live your life. Get it. I was waiting to see if good reviews were coming in on this book or anything like that from people that I trust and have similar taste to me. But I just had to go for it because no one I am familiar with was reading this book. So I had to just bite the bullet and get it. It's so freaking pretty. So hopefully it's good. If I end up reading it and hating it, then I can just resell it. Oh my God, it's so pretty. I don't think I'm gonna hate it though. I think I'm gonna love it. Why do I think that? I don't know, because it's pretty. Okay, next. I don't know why I was telling myself not to buy it for a while, but I think it still very recently came out, and that's The Courting of Bristol Keats. I really liked The Remnant Chronicles. I didn't read her spin-off series after that, but I really liked The Remnant Chronicles. It's not like a 5-star or anything, but it's like a high 4-star or something. I really enjoyed it. I'm sure I will love the other series that she wrote. And now she's got this out. And wow, she's stunning. And that will be read extremely soon because I'm just so motivated to read that one. So that's going to be read ASAP. ASAP. Okay, now we got 2 bigger items. Let's do this one first. I have been wanting to buy this series for so freaking long, but there's the whole, it's not a finished series. There's the whole, I hated the covers thing, but then they came out with these ones and I think they're beautiful. There are very mixed reviews on these covers online, but I think they're gorgeous. I think they're stunning. I think they're gonna go on my shelf so nicely. So I'm so excited about these. I have been wanting this forever. I have done like the first book as like an audiobook for like half of it. Oh, look how delightfully floppy you are. But I don't think I've ever even finished this first one. I don't remember because it was before I even started Goodreads, so who knows? I'm excited to finally get into this series. This is a big moment, guys. This is a big moment. I've watched the show, but luckily I'm a goldfish, so honestly, do I remember everything? Not really. So this is gonna be great. This is gonna be a great experience. I know it's not the end, and I know that it's not finished, but what I've heard is that it's worth it anyways. So I'm just gonna go into that with that in mind, that it's gonna be worth it anyways. And I was enjoying the first book when I did try to read it before. So it's gonna be even better this time, because now I have the pretty editions. They're so pretty, I love them. Okay, next. This was impulsive. This was irresponsible. However, I am just going in with full confidence that I'm gonna love this series. This is just what I had to do because I don't know if it's gonna sell out and I needed it, okay? I own the paperback versions of these books. However, I have not read them yet. However, they just came out with these beautiful deluxe editions and they're gorgeous. Look at this box. Look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful that is. And then these individual editions, the first one is signed, which I don't actually care that much about books being signed. It is a nice thing to have, but oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Look at these gorgeous end papers. And then it's signed. Hello. Beautiful edges. I do wish there were more illustrations. I think like if I was going for like a deluxe edition and I could only choose one, I would choose that Poppy War one because it has like all of the beautiful illustrations throughout. The paper quality though is like really nice and they're still very beautiful. Hopefully I end up liking them because now I have the arguably too expensive versions of these. But yes, they're so pretty. Look at, like, they're just so pretty. They're very pretty, I will say. So hopefully I love them. Anyways, that was a lot of books. And most of them, I went to the post office and was like, hey, so I need to pick up my deliveries. And I knew that I was gonna have a few. I knew about the subscription ones. Some of the pre-orders, you know, you pre-order, you forget, whatever. And I wasn't sure which all were in today. So this was a fun, exciting adventure. And let's not do this for a while, okay? Let's chill. Let's be financially responsible. And maybe focus on reading these books now. So hopefully this is the last time you see a book haul from me for a while, because I think I've hauled enough. Let me know in the comments below which of these books you guys have read and or which ones you're looking forward to. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!